Welcome to Networks Professionals.
Welcome to This Explainer. If you're looking to make a real career-defining move in the world of tech and security, well, you are definitely in the right place. Today, we are unpacking everything you could possibly need to know about mastering IT risk through the CRISC certification. Let's get started. So ask yourself this: are you ready to level up? Are you ready to become that crucial strategic bridge your company desperately needs? You know as well as I do, organizations are facing mounting cyber threats and some insanely strict compliance rules these days. They don't just need folks who understand servers and firewalls anymore. They need people who understand the business. If you want to be that bridge, stick around because you'll want to pay close attention to this. All right, here's our roadmap for today. First, we'll meet the CRISC certification itself. Then we'll look at the high demand and high salaries it commands. After that, we're going deep inside the exam domains. Fourth, I'll give you a step-by-step study roadmap. And finally, we'll wrap up with the final verdict. Okay, let's dive right into this. Number 1, meet the CRISC certification. CRISC stands for Certified in Risk and Information Systems Control. Try saying that 5 times fast, right? It's a globally recognized credential offered by ISACA. Now, if you're already in the industry, you know ISACA is an absolute powerhouse. When they put their stamp on a credential, whether you're in the US, the UK, the Middle East, or anywhere else, employers know exactly what it means. It proves without a doubt that you can identify IT risks, analyze them, implement controls, and most importantly, align all that IT risk with the broader business goals. If we boil all that corporate jargon down to its absolute simplest premise, having those CRISC letters after your name tells the world one thing: I am an expert in managing IT risks for organizations, full stop. You're basically the person who keeps the ship from sinking when the digital storms hit. Moving on to part 2, high demand, high salary. And yeah, this is the fun part. This certification unlocks some incredibly lucrative roles. We're talking IT risk manager, cybersecurity analyst, GRC specialist, IT auditor, compliance officer, the whole shebang. These pros are highly sought after right now. Banks, massive tech companies, government agencies, consulting firms, they are literally hunting for people with this credential. The global demand is just off the charts. And here's the crucial takeaway. CRISC is consistently ranked among the absolute top paying certs in the cybersecurity and GRC spaces. But why? Well, it's because CRISC holders don't just do tech, they're translators. They take incredibly complex technical vulnerabilities and explain them as financial and operational risks to the executive team. That translation skill, it's super rare, and it's exactly why people with this cert almost always fast-track straight into leadership roles. All right, let's look at the beast itself. Number 3, inside the exam domains. The exam is broken down into 4 main areas. You've got governance at 26%, IT risk assessment at 21%, and IT and security also at 21%. But look at that biggest piece of the pie, risk response and reporting at roughly 32%. This brilliantly illustrates how the exam heavily weights your practical ability to actually respond to risk, rather than just testing you on pure theoretical security concepts. And you know, those domains aren't just random categories they pulled out of a hat. They represent the actual real-world life cycle of managing risk. It flows logically. First, you identify the risk, then you analyze its potential impact. Next, you respond to it, which, as we just saw, is a massive part of the job. And finally, you monitor the situation moving forward. This is the absolute heartbeat of a risk professional's day-to-day life, and the exam perfectly mirrors that reality. Okay, let's talk logistics. Brace yourselves because this is the painful part. The format is a computer-based exam which you can take remotely or at a center, and it's 150 multiple-choice questions. Oh, and you have 4 grueling hours to get through it. I know a 4-hour mental marathon sounds absolutely brutal, but honestly, that rigor is exactly why the certification holds so much weight in the market. As for the cost, you're looking at about $575 if you're an ISACA member, or roughly $760 if you're a non-member. And of course, keep in mind you'll need to budget a bit for study materials and courses too. Now, 450. Burn this number into your brain. The exam is scored on a scale from 200 to 800, and 450 is your absolute minimum passing score. That is the exact target you need to hit to walk away victorious. So, how do we get there? Let's get into number 4. Your step-by-step study roadmap. Here is your concrete plan of attack. Step 1.
Deeply understand those 4 domains we just went over. Step 2, gather your materials. You really need the official ISACA review manual, some solid practice question databases, and maybe an online course to tie it all together. Step 3, solve mock exams. I can't stress this enough. This is critical. And step 4, execute your study plan. If you're a seasoned pro, you might only need 1 or 2 months of prep, but if you're a bit newer to the risk space, definitely give yourself a solid 3 to 6 months to really absorb it all.
I really need to emphasize this point. The CRISC is not theory-heavy. Let me say that again. It is not about rote memorization. It actively tests your decision-making skills. When you're grinding through those mock exams, focus heavily on the scenario-based questions. You've got to put your management hat on and ask yourself, okay, in the real world, what is the best business decision to make right here?
Now, time for a quick reality check. To become officially certified and actually use those coveted letters on your resume, there's a mandatory requirement. You need 3 years of relevant work experience, specifically in IT risk or control. It's not just an academic exercise, you know. ISACA wants proof that you've actually been in the trenches.
But wait, here is a brilliant, totally counterintuitive surprise. If you're sitting there stressed because you don't quite have those 3 years yet, don't panic. You can actually study for and pass the exam first, and then gain the required experience later. Seriously. You can knock the hard part out of the way today, and the certification will just formally activate once your experience catches up. So do not let a lack of current tenure stop you from kicking off your study plan right now.
All right, bringing it all home with number 5, the final verdict.
So who is this actually for? Well, the CRISC certification is absolutely perfect for current cybersecurity professionals, IT auditors, and risk specialists who really want to validate their skills and climb that corporate ladder. It's an incredible catalyst for your career. On the flip side, and I want to be completely honest here to save you some time and money, this is not ideal for absolute beginners with zero IT background. If you're literally just starting out in tech, you really need to build that foundational IT knowledge first before you try tackling enterprise-level risk management.
Which leaves us with one final thought. You know the demand is out there. You've seen the lucrative salary potential and the sheer number of leadership opportunities. You know exactly what domains to study, and you've got the roadmap in your hands to get it done. The world of digital business is frankly riskier than it has ever been, and organizations are actively searching for the right people to guide them through the storm. So I have to ask you, are you ready to become the risk expert your company needs? I hope this explainer has given you the clarity and the structure you need to make your decision. Thanks so much for hanging out and learning with me today. Catch you in the next one.
Thanks for watching.